Hey guys, how you doing? Today I'm going to be making a video about my knives that I have. I'm just going to be talking a little bit about all of them, the different kinds of steels, which ones I like the best, you know, certain knives for different tasks, and all that. Alright, so we're going to start with this knife, which was the first knife I got since I came to America 5 years ago. And I got this knife at Bass Pro Shops, Outdoor World, and I paid like $60 for it. It's the Kershaw Storm. Yeah, I know, $60, huh? I found this knife for as low as $30 online the other day. But anyway, 5 years ago I wasn't really in the know. I didn't really even know that you could buy knives online. So, you know, I saw it at a store, I liked it, I picked it up. Since then, I've bought 4, 5, 6, 7 more other knives, all online. This was the only knife I've ever bought in a store, and it will probably be the only knife I ever will buy in a store. Fact of the matter is, you can get so many more variety of knives online, better quality knives online, cheaper than you can in stores. And this is a decent knife. It's got a combo edge, plain edge there, serrated right there. It's a liner lock. I mean, it's a frame lock. Sorry. It has quite a grippy handle. Yeah, I don't really like it anymore. It's been replaced, so we'll put this one to the side for now. After that, I got the Izula. Now, not this one. This is the Izula 2. I got the regular Izula with the paracord wrap, and I didn't really like that. I mean, I like the Izula, but I didn't like the handle, because the paracord, like, I went fishing one day, I came home, I gut fish with it, you know, I've cut meat with it. It's got an oily, bloody, greasy fish guts, and it smells like fish constantly. I just could not get the fish smell out of the paracord wrap. I tried with a toothbrush, some Dawn, I tried scrubbing it, soaking it, and everything, and it just didn't work for me. And when I wrapped it with the paracord, I had cut it tight. I mean, I cut it short. So when the paracord got wet, it tightened up, and the only way to, you know, I had to take the paracord off, put fresh paracord on, and I was done with it. So I didn't like the Izula. After that, I got an RC3. Now, I carried that for about a month, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the choil on it, you know. In my opinion, on a 3-inch blade, I mean, really, you don't need a choil on a 3-inch blade. It's small enough as it is to do all the fine work that you're going to need it to do. So, to me, that choil was pointless on the RC3. It really was. So, I sold the RC3, and I bought the Falk Nevin F1. Now, this is a great little knife. I really like this knife. It came with a leather sheath. I had a choice between a leather or a Zytel sheath, and I chose the leather sheath. And we'll talk about the sheath in a little bit. But yeah, this is a great little knife. It doesn't have a choil, which means, another thing I didn't like about the choil on the RC3 is when I was really going, you know, carving wood, I wanted all the power to be that, you know, that's where all your power is, right there. So the RC3, they have a big ass choil there. I didn't like that. The Falk Nevin F1 doesn't have a choil, so I can get all my power right there by the hill. And that's what I like about this knife. There's no choil. It's a little bit longer than the RC3. It's quite a bit thicker. It's stainless. It has a convex edge. It's flat ground with a convex edge. Slight drop point blade. Thermaron handle. Thermaron. Not micarta like the RC3. Although I do really like the feel of this handle. It's full tank construction. It has a lanyard hole, which my hand covers, so I never really use a lanyard with it. It has a full tang. It has a protruding tang, so you can hammer it in, you know, or pound it in like that, however you want to do that. The VG10 works well. It is laminated. That means the inner core right there is VG10, and it's sandwiched with 2 layers of 420 J2 on the sides. So you can picture the VG10 would say be your cheese, and the 420 J2 would be your bread. You know, it's sandwiched, and what that does is it keeps you, I mean, it gives you a really hard, fine edge of the VG10, which you know, takes a really good edge and holds an edge. And the 420 J2 on the outside is a softer steel, so it won't break. They say that if the whole knife was made out of VG10, that it might be a little brittle. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I guess you can look that up, whatever. But yeah, this works well. This lamination works well. I haven't had any problems with it. I haven't used this knife that much. Out of all my knives, this knife has probably seen the least amount of use. But it is one of my favorite knives. It's probably number 2. Probably number 2. I was going to cut this flap off of the sheath. After watching Blunt Truth's review, he cut the flap off and it looked really nice, and he seemed to still have good edge retention. But I decided to wait, and I'm glad I did, because as it is, see, I push that in as hard as I can, and it falls out. Now, you know, I had to shake it a couple times, but still, I don't like that, you know. That's a little bit too less edge retention for me, you know. So I kept the flap. So then, yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite knives. Then what did I do after that? Then I got the RC6, which you've seen before. I actually got the RC6 before I got the F1, but yeah. Anyway, nice sheath for it. My wife bought the sheath for me for my birthday. This is a great knife. You've seen it before. The RC6, Rat Cutlery, heat treated by Rowan. It's $10.95. It has a decent edge on it. It might be a little dull. I haven't sharpened it since my last camping trip yet. This is a great knife. If you want, you can go watch my other review I did on it. I really like it. Yeah, it's carbon steel, stainless steel. Then what did I get after that? I got, my wife bought me this for Christmas. It is Spyderco Sage. It replaced my Kershaw Storm, thankfully. And yeah, this is a sweet little knife. I just sharpened that last night on my Edge Pro. I don't know if you can see it. I sharpen all these knives on my Edge Pro, except my F1, because that's a convex edge. I have a different setup for that I'm still trying to master. So yeah, wish me luck with that. But yeah, this is carbon fiber handle scales. This is CPM S30V blade steel. It has finger jimping right there, so you can really get in there. I like the Spidey hole. I'm a big fan. Flick it open really easily. You know, opens nice. It has a liner lock with carbon fiber scales. It has a wire pocket clip right there. Some people don't like that, but I think that's great. You know, blends in real nice with a pair of dress pants. Does get a little dirty, just blow it out like I just did, or get one of those blowing cans or whatever, and you'll be fine. Shit, you could probably even wash this thing. S30V stainless. Then I got the Zula 2. I've stripped it since I got it, and if you can see, you probably can. I sharpened it as well. It has a nice little edge on it now, and you can see where I stripped it. I used heavy duty paint stripper, and I put it in the thing, left it for what, 15 minutes maybe, came back. I took a plastic spatula thing, and I took the knife out of the paint stripper, and it literally looked like all the black coating was bubbling. I just scraped it off. It fell right off, like right off the bone, if that's what you want to reference it to. Sweet little knife. Great little knife for little bushcraft, making tent pegs, small utility work. My son loves this knife. He's 10. I let him use it when we go camping and stuff, and sometimes I let him use it in the yard. And that's a great little knife. It's also $10.95, just like the RC6. And yeah, I don't know what steel is in this. Now, in my experience with these knives, $10.95 is the toughest, but has the least edge retention and rust resistance out of all these knives. Alright, it's strong, it's tough for an outdoor bushcraft knife that you're going to be chopping and splitting wood and all that, digging. This steel is what I'd want. I'd want this knife right here. For everyday carry and utility work, I'd want the CPM S30V stainless steel. It holds an edge much better than Rat's $10.95 heat treated by Rowan. Much better. I don't even know what steel is in this. Yeah, this knife I might give away to somebody or something. But anyway, the VG10 also holds an edge much better than Rat's $10.95. The VG10 is not really suited as a hard use knife. You know, I mean, you might get some chips on the edge. You might not. So be careful with it. You know, don't be too rough with it. The S30V, I imagine, is the same as the VG10. S30V has the best edge retention, hands down, out of all these knives. It is slightly more challenging to sharpen than the 1095. I find 1095 is the easiest to sharpen out of these three steels. BG10, S30V, 1095. Easiest to sharpen, best edge retention, harder to sharpen though. Stainless, carbon. So tougher, will rust if you leave it in water and shit and don't dry it off. You know, you gotta be smart about it. Just take care of your blades and you'll be fine. Shit, I didn't even oil these things. You know, I put a patina on this after I stripped it, and that's about it. You know, I don't oil it. I've washed it. It got wet. It seems fine. So, and the same with this. You know, I don't oil my blades. You know, and they seem fine. This one's seen a hell of a lot of use actually. See, I like the choil on this because it's a bigger knife, you know, and I can choke up and I can still do fine work. I didn't like it on the RC3 because it was just impractical for me. It took away all the power. I guess the same thing could be argued about that, but I could choke up there and get some nice power right there. So if I had to pick just one knife, you know, I'll stand it out in the wilderness. I think, you know, that's pretty obvious which one I choose. I choose the Daddy over here, which is my RC6. I like that a lot. Second choice would obviously be the F1, and then the Izula, and lastly the Sage. The Sage is my everyday carry knife for work and all that stuff. I use it every day, light duty, you know, don't do any woodcraft with that. I just use this when I'm outside on my yard. They're pretty much the same size. And these two as well. I've been camping with this one, I've been on canoe trips and everything. I've done a lot with this. So, the sheath for the RC6 is great. Let me tell you, it's a heavy duty sheath. Comes with a little tin as well, which I put some of my stuff in. I have these fire straws in here. I have an extra fire steel from goinggear.com. This one's from Going Gear as well. I recommend them, they're great. I have some band-aids, some fishing line, etc. It's not done, but you know, I'm working on it when I get the time. My wife's pregnant, I have 2 jobs, you know, I don't have that much time to be doing a whole bunch of shit anymore, but you know, you've got to do what you've got to do. So that's a great sheath. This is a sheath that my wife and I made for my Izula, and it's really nice. You know, this hangs on your belt right there. It's got some paracord, 3 Chicago screws, a little bit of elastic band, just to give it a little bit more of that retention, because it is a little loose. I noticed after I stripped it, it did have a little bit looser fit, but to me, it's not coming out. You know, that's fine. I actually have a sheath on order for my F1 right now from JRE Industries. They're making me a sheath. They said it'll be a couple weeks. And that's a leather sheath. So if I could go back, I would have probably got the Zytel sheath, because I'm getting a leather sheath anyway. And after I get that leather sheath, I don't expect me using this sheath much. I'm running out of time. I'm just going to do a little sharpness test here. Some ragged pieces of paper. Spyderco Sage. I sharpened that last night. Razor sharp. Let's see if we can get that tip cutting right there. There we go. Razor sharp. Razor sharp. Come on. There we go. So that's sharp. My Izula. Let's see what's going on with that. Pretty sharp. Not as sharp as the Sage, but definitely sharp enough. Alright. So those 2 knives right there. Sharp. The F1 probably won't be that sharp. Well, it's pretty sharp. Does the job. So all these knives, razor sharp, except this one. This one won't be razor sharp. I mean, it cuts, you know, and it's good enough for me. You know, I could do with a little bit of work. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, or you'd like me to do a review on any one of these knives in particular, let me know. Send me a message, leave me a PM or comment or whatever, and I'll be happy to do that. For a shit hits the fan knife, I recommend the RC6. This is a very sexy knife. I love the F1. For everyday carry, Spyderco Sage. Small fixed blade, I recommend the Izula. I love all these knives very much, as you can probably tell. I wouldn't trade them for anything really. I'd probably trade this for just about anything. Maybe a Mora. I'm looking for one of those these days as well. Well, thanks for watching guys. If you have any other questions, let me know. Alright, well, be safe out there. Have a good one. Bye bye.